This is Tanks Vlog, April 18th, 2019. Is there anything crazier than the Stanley Cup playoffs? A day after the top seed in the NHL playoffs, the President's Trophy winners, the Tampa Bay Lightning, were sitting in their lockers going, "What happened?" We now have the top team in the West on the brink of elimination as the Colorado Avalanche came back to beat the Flames of Calgary in overtime 3-2. Calgary got a absolute outstanding performance today from Mike Smith, who stood on his head as the Flames had a 2-0 lead midway third period. But the Avalanche came back, tied the game on a goal by Mikko Rantanen, and in overtime, Mikko Rantanen again got the game winner. Now Calgary, they're not dead 3-1. That's happens all the time in the NHL. It's not as uncommon as other sports, but it could be very well possible that the NHL loses its top seed in each conference in the first round. Top second seed in the East, meanwhile, Nashville, they had their hands full with the Dallas Stars, tied 2-2. This is the series after 4 games as the Stars came out today and crushed Nashville 5-1. Ben Bishop had a big day with 34 saves as Dallas put the game away early with 4 goals in the first period, eventually taking a 5-0 lead and chasing Pekka Rinne out of the game. The team with the second highest point total in the East is the second place Boston Bruins, who themselves had to win today just to even the series against the Maple Leafs. So they got the big win that the Calgary Flames didn't. And that series goes back and forth, back to Boston tied 2-2. It seems that the Maple Leafs and Bruins are rather evenly matched, although the Maple Leafs defense and goaltending is always a question. And today especially was a question as the Bruins scored 2 goals in the first, 2 goals in the second, 2 goals in the third, and beat Toronto 6-4. Moving on to the NBA playoffs, where it's not so crazy. It's usually boring and predictable. And today it was boring and predictable. Celtics with a nice performance today by Kyrie Irving, leading a big comeback in the fourth quarter. Gave them a 2-0 lead over the Pacers, 99-91 winners. Kyrie Irving today had 37 points, 6 rebounds, 7 assists. It was the Bucks, not as obvious, not as embarrassing as Game 1 was, but once again, easily taking down the Pistons 120-99. They have a 2-0 series lead. And the Rockets with a triple-double from James Harden, 32 points, 13 rebounds, 10 assists, beat the Utah Jazz 118-98. The NBA playoffs, where the excitement doesn't happen. Baseball and the Mets, this is what happens when you go half-assed. Good start, gone up in smoke, losing today 3-2. And Jason Vargas going Friday, they're going to be 10-9. As the Phillies begin to pull away, already having a 2-game lead in the division. Zach Wheeler deserved better, but gave up a couple of home runs. Mets had the bases loaded in the ninth, but Keon Broxton struck out as Brandon Nimmo, who knows how long he'll be out, sat out the game unavailable with his whiplash from Steven Matt's wonderful performance on Tuesday night. And now we get to watch Jason Vargas get lit up. Would it be that hard for them to sign Dallas Keuchel? Does this team actually ever want to win? They could get the damn players to win, and they don't ever do it. They always do things half-assed. And that's why it's so frustrating to be a Mets fan. Another team right now that has got to be feeling frustrated is the Boston Red Sox. Once again losing. 3-10 on the road so far this year. 6-13 overall. Getting swept in a 2-game series in the Bronx. And they had the lead in this game, were looking good. And then in the 7th inning, a grand slam off the bat of Brett Gardner, and the Red Sox were planted with a 5-3 loss. Michael Wacha was able to slow down the Brewers for a change as the Cardinals beat the Brewers 6-3. It was the Royals 4-3 winners over the White Sox. In that game, Tim Anderson spiked his bat and then later got plunked, leading to a bench-clearing incident. Let them play, as MLB would say, but it seems like someone should tell that to the MLB players because they're the ones that always seem to be the most offended whenever someone spikes a bat. Of course, it's always one of the unwritten rules of baseball. But, let them play. Dodgers continued their good strong start, beating the Reds 3-2. So far this year, Cincinnati 0-7 on the road. And after 20 games, the Mariners have finally been held without a home run as they were swept at home by the Cleveland Indians. Carlos Carrasco, who was struggling coming in, came in and pitched a brilliant performance, striking out 12, going 7 strong as the Indians beat the Mariners 1-0. Pirates needed 10 innings to beat the Tigers 3-2. It was the Nationals 9-6 winners over the Giants. Rays stomped the Orioles 8-1. Tampa 14-4, best record in baseball. Who saw that coming? It was the Cubs 6-0 winners over the Marlins, completing a sweep of that series. Marlins 4-15, worst team in baseball. Yep, everyone saw that coming. Good job, Derek Jeter. He's done a good job as owner. Take a bow. It was the Diamondbacks in extra innings beating the Braves 3-2. Twins over the Blue Jays 4-1. When are the Blue Jays going to call up Vladimir Guerrero Jr.? That loser, that heartless, gutless wonder, Matt Harvey, took it on the chin again today as the Rangers beat the Angels 5-4. Matt Harvey so far this year 0-2, ERA 9.64. You had the talent, Matt. You were the Dark Knight. You bought into your own hype. It got to your head, and now your career is dead. Take that, Harvey, two-faced. You scumbag. Threw it all away. You suck. You suck. You suck. And the A's salvaged the final game of the series against the Astros, ending Houston's 10-game winning streak with a 2-1 win. Today's 3 stars are Mikko Rantanen, game-tying goal, game-winning goal in overtime for the Avalanche. James Harden triple-double for the Rockets, and Carlos Carrasco, who ended the Mariners' home run streak, 7 innings, 3 hits, 12 strikeouts. Today's birthday shutout goes to a player who was once one of the top in baseball, now is broken down and has the worst contract in baseball. I am talking about Miguel Cabrera, former Triple Crown winner, who's just an absolute stone, just dead weight on the Detroit Tigers roster, and he's got several years left on his contract. He turns 36, and he looks like he's more like he's 46 right now. And we take a look back 20 years ago today that Wayne Gretzky played his final game in the NHL. True to form, he got an assist. Of course, Gretzky holds a record for goals, assists, and points. And it was just one last assist as the Penguins beat the Rangers that day 2-1. So, take a look back now. And now it's been 20 years since Wayne Gretzky's played in an official game in the NHL. Where does time go? You can check out the whole story at Barstool Sports and Sports Encyclopedia, where sports history lives. Good day.